So hi, I am Natalie. So I wanted to take a moment and answer a question that I got this week. It was from a woman in a clarity call, and she asked me, Natalie, what is it that you do exactly? And I thought that was a great question. She loves me, and she's been following me for weeks now, but she still didn't have a clue what actually I do. And if she's wondering that, then I'm sure that you're wondering as well. So here it goes. Basically, the nice long term is that I'm a law of attraction specialist. I help women entrepreneurs do whatever it takes to manifest in their business. Now, on a longer term engagement, that can look like keeping up your vibration or helping you keep up your vibration, creating vision, taking steps. But that's really like the overall and global picture. When we get down to it, what I really do is I help you release the resistance and call it into your existence. Now, what does that mean, really? Um, it means that I'm a healer and I'm a coach as well. So when I talk to you in a session, what we're actually doing is we're gonna have a healing session, and what that looks like is I'm gonna ask you a question like, what do you want? What's blocking you right now? What's going on for you? What do you want more of? And you might say something like, well, I want to have more clients, but they're just not showing up. I don't know what the heck is going on. So I will dig with you. I'll connect to the energy of creation. And by energy of creation, you can call it the universe, you can call it God, you can call it whatever spiritual belief that you have it. It is unconditional love. And we use that. And by the way, it feels like really awesome to play with that energy. So, and we'll talk about what's actually going on. Now, when I say talk, I don't mean you're going to give me the whole, every reason that you believe that. I'm actually going to control the session because I love that. I'm a control freak. So, and I'm going to actually get you to feel that, and we're going to get to the bottom of what's going on very quickly. It's not about not having more clients. There's something going on. Maybe it's a fear. Maybe it's like doubt that you can actually do it. Maybe it's confidence. Maybe it's past hurt. Maybe your last clients really got on your nerve and you're like, I never want to do that again. So we're going to figure out what really is going on, and we're going to heal that part of that of you. And when I say heal, I just mean release the energy that's kind of getting you stuck there, and it's going to feel awesome. One of the things that happens in the theta healing is that we also replace and we keep the learnings. So you get to move forward with everything that you've come with plus more. And so when you leave a session, you're not only able to go out and take action, you're also able to feel really good, and you're feeling calm and you're feeling love, because that's kind of what I do. I send love. So after an hour, you can't really help that. Um, but more importantly, you're going to be able to take action in your business, and things are going to start happening to you. And like more clients will come if that's what we were working on, and the universe is going to start helping you along, which is really cool. And by the way, the universe is always helping you. It's just a question of whether or not you're open to it. And if you want to look at it that way, I help you get open. When I say I'm a theta healer, I'm a theta healing master, and I clear blocks, I clear energies. Sometimes I'll do other things like look into the future, and sometimes I'll look into you, and I'll scan you and I'll pick up what's actually going on. And that's actually a very common thing. I usually look at that, but I usually won't tell you. I'll usually help you guide yourself to that answer, because that's a much more powerful way. It really depends on where you're at and what you need and what kind of working relationship we've had throughout our time together. It's really cool. If we work together long term, sometimes you'll be like, well, I have nothing left after half an hour, and that does happen. So maybe I'll do something like, let's talk to your guardian angels. I'll go through that process, and it's all theta healing. It's really what's needed to help you move along in the process. And I love it. I think it's one of the greatest modalities I've ever come across, and I have tried a lot of different things. And in my own life, it's been a godsend. It's been what's been, I call it the icing on the cake. It's what's added the missing piece. Not only was it a spiritual practice for me, it's also been it's allowed me to kind of release the stuff that was keeping me in a really low vibration, and add what's what was missing. And a lot of that was feeling work for me. Feeling work is the ability to feel certain things, like to feel abundant, to feel joy, to feel love from the energy of creation's perspective. And that may sound like a little woohoo, and it is, because the first time I did it, I was in a class and I was like, what the heck are you doing? My teacher was saying, do you want to know what it feels like to have love? I'm like, okay. Do you want to know what it feels like to have it in all of your cells and live your day-to-day life with it? And I was like, okay, yes. And I kept saying yes for 2 days. We did 400 downloads over 2 days. And I thought, my God, this is crazy. Like, what am I getting into? But a year later, I was teaching the class, and I'm like, oh my God, these feelings are not just feelings that are conceptual. These are things that I actually know into my body. And when you know things in your body, you can actually start experiencing them, which is really awesome. And I think that's one of the greatest gifts of theta healing. It also means that when you leave a session, your water glass is full. You're not feeling like, oh my God, I'm going to be having a healing crisis for 3 days. I tried to avoid those as much as possible. Never really happened that somebody got really sick after a session, and if that happens, you just call me back and we work through it. So that's my policy, because I don't want you to sit in that for days and days. Now, the real question you have to ask yourself, or you're probably wondering, is how does this really work? Yes, it does. I have seen people do amazing things with theta healing that I haven't seen with anything else. And also with coaching, because I combine the two. And you're going to go out and you're going to take action. You're going to find, hey, the resistance I had last week is just gone. And you're going to be like, oh my God. How many sessions do you need? Well, it really depends on what you're trying to achieve. Sometimes one session is enough. People come all the time, they have one session. Most of my clients come for at least 3 or 4 sessions. And the reason for that is because they want to see a progression. They're seeing things change. They're seeing things shift. And mostly, I believe also that 3 or 4 sessions is better than one. Yeah, I do believe that. The reason for that is because you get to see progress throughout, and you get to take action in between that. And we get to work really on making sure that things are really cleared for you. And if after one session it doesn't work, you don't come back. That's it. But you have to look at it like a pebble, right? That you're throwing in the water, and that pebble is going to have an effect. You're getting a healing. You're getting exactly what you need for yourself in that moment. Are you going to manifest exactly what you want? Maybe you're not going to get $20,000 the very next day, but you will heal, and you will be a step closer to where you need to be. If you're trying to work through something like visibility or fear, those things, yeah, we're going to get through them, and it's going to be super easy. Where the manifesting is more difficult is because you're not actually responsible for the manifesting. You're responsible to take action, and the universe is supposed to let the rest come in. So, that could take a little while. But if it's not coming in for you, if you're feeling more resistance, if it's just not happening, that's because something is blocking you from actually manifesting it. And that's when you start to get help. I used to be the proponent of never getting help. I used to think that I could do everything alone. You know what? Things caught up with me. I ended up with major depression. It did not suit me to do everything on my own. And so now, I don't really care how much it costs me. I just want to know that I'm going to get results, and it's what I need. And you know what? I just trust my gut. If my gut says I want to have a session, it's not really about the price. I invested really heavily with a business coach, and you know what? I went with my gut. What is the right thing for me to do? And I followed that gut because it's going to be the right thing as I move forward in my life. So that is what I do in a Manifest More session, and what happens in our one-on-one time together. So if you have any more questions, feel free to put it below and in the comments below, and I will be glad to answer it. And feel free to reach out to me too. I'm here. I'm human, and that's it. All right. Have a great day.